అందరికీ నమస్కారం. దైవపు నెల తిరుపతిలో ఉండడం నా అదృష్టంగా భావిస్తున్నాను. So this is my way to greet this great land, this culture, the Telugu culture of this state. So I greet all of you here. And I would like you all to appreciate me for this effort because it took me 2 working days to remember this one single line in Telugu with perfection. So, I'm no different from you. I'm just like you. Just few years back, I was a student sitting back over there, just with a different thought process. Just somebody who was into academics, but had a out-of-the-box mind thinking. So, I've always believed that the brain, the mind, human brain, is the greatest tool and the weapon that we have at the same time. And I would like to start it with a Sanskrit phrase, which tells us similar thing. क्राग्रे वस्ते लक्ष्मी कर्मध्ये सरस्वती कर्मुले तु गोविंदा प्रभाते करदर्शनम समुद्र वसने देवी पर्वस्तंडन मंडले विष्णु पत्नी नमोस्तुभ्यम पादस्पर्शम शमश्यमे. That's a Sanskrit phrase which means that everything lies there in your hands. The 3 main things. You know what the main 3 things in this world are? The first that you have is the knowledge. The second is the wealth, and the third is the wisdom. With wealth, it's not just money, it's much more. So these 3 things are all there in your hands, and when I say that it's all in your hands, it means it's all there right here in your mental state, in your mind, in your this greatest tool. So this tells about a similar story. So now I'm here to speak on a very important topic, very important topic, which is very neglected these days. We all have gone through it, and you being all from this, tech field, must be understand what it means to have a struggle when you have to fight with your own world more than the world outside. So this is the story and experience of that second year MBBS student, just like you, was sitting in the back, and one day suddenly, a thought strikes in his mind that he has to do something different. He had that vision in his eyes and ambition in his heart. And then he tries to do something different. He wanted to put whatever he learns on a YouTube channel. And that's how he began to do this. But not every day is same day. When you try to do something different, and when you try to go out of the box, then definitely you face some backlashes. And that's what exactly happened to that student. So that day, he was posting the video, and he made a video on a topic called 9-tetrahydrocannabinol. How many of you actually knows about this substance? I'm sure not many of you might be knowing if I say the chemical name. How many of you know cannabis sativa? Some of you must be knowing. How many of you know marijuana? A lot of you must be knowing. That itself tells that engineering students are not bad at biology. So that's what I'm trying to say. That guy that day made a video on this topic. Okay, this topic. And surprisingly, India is that country where every illegal is legal somewhere. So exactly like that, some people who used to have it doesn't like it. He didn't like the concept that how can somebody from amongst us, talk about something that we favor or we like. So that day, he posted a video regarding the same topic, and he became, the target of the people whom used to call his own, including some of his own friends. So, he faced a lot of backlash. He was having a hard time. He was feeling the hatred by the people around, and as some of the people tried to digitally defame that guy. They tried all ways to put that guy down. How dare you? How can you make a video on something like this? This might sound very small to you, right? How can a video but this makes a huge impact. And that was something that happened to him. That backlash, that hatred got him into a very mentally traumatized state. He went back to his room. He said that I'm not going to do anything now because I cannot face this much of hatred from my own people around me, my own batchmates and all. But then, after some time, it's said that time is the greatest healer. After some time, he observed something different. He thought that those videos which were getting 50 to 60 views at some point is now getting 1,000 views. How? He was shocked. And then he looked back. He saw that he understood a new idea. And that idea was that as long as you're doing something good, the negative publicity is also a publicity. And this is the key that he learned that day. Then he continued not to stop and to continue to make those videos. He's continued and made many medically informative videos, continued to do that, continued despite so much trolls, hatred, and so many his batchmates putting the Instagram stories calling him, this man is a shit, something like that. But despite that, he continued with the support, the major support of his friends and family, the belief, he continued to do so. And time by time, people got to know about him. He raised a lot of issues, be it whosoever used to come to him, across the country, all the, healthcare professionals, doctors, that we are facing ragging, that we are facing harassment. He used to relate it all with himself and used to raise up those issues. And one day, after a few years, this man becomes India's most followed med-constrained creator activist in the country on the social media platform site Twitter, now known as X. And after some days, he's invited here to the TEDx event. Thank you. This is Dr. Dhruv Chauhan. So that second year MBBS student is right now standing in front of you. I'm just telling you all this because I'm damn sure that all of you and everybody who is watching or gonna listen to this or hearing this out, you all must be having such dreams to do something out of the box, to go out of the arena. And when you try to do that, a lot of thoughts must be coming to your mind. Will I be able to do this? Will I not face backlash? Will not the person sitting by my side will say something? But you don't have to listen. You have to listen what your mind and your heart says. And you have to continue to do that. And with that, I would like to, when my topic is the unseen battle of the man's mental health, I tell you, because this is very close to my heart, this topic, as I have all myself faced this, if I ask you, how many of you know Narayan Murthy? You will say, many of you, of course. If I ask, how many of you know Dr. Devi Shetty? You will say, a lot of you. Of course, many of you must know. But if I ask you, how many of you know Sanjay Narkar? I'm sure you must be thinking, who is he? If I ask you, who is Bimlesh Kumar? You all must be blank and thinking, who is he? If I ask you, who is Dr. Devesh? You all must be thinking, who is he? Dr. Navdeep, who is he? But you know the greatest name, you know the IIT Baba. And so same field. And these people whose names I took right now were also from your field. They were also IITians. And the Dr. Navdeep and Dr. Devesh that I was talking about, they were great doctors. But they are no more in the country. They are no more in this world. Why? Because they could not face the mental trauma or whatever they were going through. So they hadn't gone, suicide. They took this drastic step. But the point is, why does this happen? That somebody who achieves everything in their life once, when that person goes to the top, and suddenly when that person has to handle that success, that person fails to handle that success. Especially when I talk about the man, because I want to focus on this unseen battle of the man's mental health. There are a lot of social stigmas that are associated with this mental health. I tell you about a story which happened to me when I was in Delhi State Cancer Institute. So I have worked and been associated with the Delhi State Cancer Institute, which is one of the major cancer hospitals in the country and amongst the two major in the Delhi. So there was this patient. That patient was, the GB carcinoma, that is
voltanic carcinoma. And he was on his terminal stage, undergoing chemotherapy, radiation therapy. And one day, he comes to me and asks Yeah, his family came, and one day he comes to me and asks,
डॉक्टर साहब प्लीज़ मेरा डिस्चार्ज बना दो. So saying this in Hindi. So discharge. I was like, you are undergoing chemotherapy. You are having radiation. Why do you want to get discharge done when the chemotherapy course was 5 days and he was asking the discharge at the 3rd day? I was like, this is not how the protocol is. You cannot get the treatment done, and if you want, you can take the lama. Lama is the way we say in our hospitals that if a person wants to go by their own. So, sir, doctor, please, I will continue tomorrow, but just for one day I want to go. I said, what is the problem? He said, doctor, due to my cancer, my wife, herself got depressed, and she is now in depression due to the same thing. And now my son, who is a 5-year-old, he is having high-grade fever for the past 5 days, and I want to see them at home and just want to counsel them. And he said, please do not, I also told you some great story that, he also had depression along with cancer. He has a history of depression also, that patient. But you know what he told me? Okay, doctor, you can tell all about my cancer history, but do not tell them that I have depression. This might sound so weird, no? Okay, somebody who is going to die from a disease or who is in that terminal state, okay, nobody knows how long he will survive. He's saying, don't tell about depression. Don't tell about depression to my family. Only tell about that I have cancer. This tells about the social stigma we are in as a society. You or me might not understand this, but when you go to the peripheries, when you go to the local people, you understand this is the depth and reality of the nation. We talk about making the Vishwa Guru. We cannot make it the Vishwa Guru like this. And these are some of the realities I've seen. And I try to find out, is it something, this mental illnesses, this mental health issues, this is related to education or literacy? So, because that guy was illiterate. So I was thinking, is it because the people are not educated? Then I saw another thing. I went through this study that is published in the National Library of Medicine. This study was done in Kerala. Okay, and as per this study, I would like to tell you that Kerala has the highest human developmental index of 0.79 in the country, and one of the highest literacy in the country, 98.3%. But you would be surprised to know that a number of people, as per this study published in the National Library of Medicine, the government side, around 14% people there suffer some mental health issues, and 12.4% people there suffers the risk of suicide, as per this study, which is twice that of the nation. The nation has that suicidal risk of 6.4%, while Kerala has a 12.4%, nearly twice. So now that point I understood, no, it is not related to literacy. You could be literate, you could be highly educated, but it doesn't matter who you are equally prone to it. But what are the factors? As per the same study, the multiple factors that contributed to this were the socio-economic reforms, what the family factors. There is a thing called Gulf depression. Do you know what is Gulf depression? The Gulf depression is something when you're it's a broad term, but if I tell you in a short brief, it is something like you, for your academics, for your work, for everything, you shift to a different aspect or different country, Gulf country or somewhere, and then you left your families behind. And sometimes the families are people with one or two, and these are the people most prone to those mental health issues because they have nobody to share their talks with. Now imagine all your struggle, you are handling yourself and you have nobody to talk to. This is gonna put the pressure here. You really need to, if you have a lot of energy, like you all are engineering student, you know that when there is too much of atomic energy, it has to be transferred at some place. The human brain is the same atomic energy. You have to transfer it.
Be it the positive, be it the negative, you have to transfer that energy.
And when you successfully do it, you reduce the pressure. Pressure, be it the machine or the human brain, it's the same. And when you reduce it, it becomes. So these were one of the major causes. So you have to separate that. You have to talk to people. You have to talk to the surrounding. In my case as well, my friends and family were my support system, or else I would have shaken. You really have to understand. With this, what I would like to tell, that the universe has created peace. We have created stress. The universe has created freedom. We have created the limitations. The universe has created the will. We are the ones who created the restrictions. The universe gave you the chance to find out whether you want luxury or comfort. But you are the one who choose comfort over the luxury over the comfort. So please understand your choices. And about the social stigma that are associated with it, please understand, when you're a man especially, okay, do not suppress your thoughts. Do not think that, this social stigma that is associated with the man especially is, okay, if you are crying, you're like a woman. We have this social stigma. Okay, a crying man is compared to woman and said कि no, लड़कियाँ रोती हैं only, लड़के तो रोते नहीं हैं. Like as if we don't have those chemicals and hormones in our body. This is the social stigma that is associated. Even during, even in our society, we say कि, but जो typical household families, they say कि अपनी बहन की तरह क्यों रो रहा है? This is something that exists in the country. And with this thought process, we can never ever become a Vishwa Guru, which we talk about becoming a superpower as a nation. A nation whose mental health is not preserved cannot aspire to become at the top. And the one whose mental health is preserved can do anything and everything. So please understand and speak out whenever you want. Thank you.